Well, hello everybody and welcome to Relive Saturday Training. And I am Sheila Karservar. I live in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I will be hosting the training today. And just so you know a little bit about me, I'll share a little bit about my story now and through the training as we go. But I was introduced to Relive 23 years ago, going on 24 pretty soon here. And when I was introduced to Relive, I was working 3 jobs. I was doing real estate and marketing and advertising for a bank. I was also helping children through a nanny service, and I was busy all the time. I was also struggling with some health issues. I was tired. I was anemic. I had strep throat, chronic strep throat, 8 to 10 times a year for 15 years. And even though I was taking handfuls of vitamins 3 to 4 times a day, I was still sick all the time. And so I was looking for something. I didn't necessarily look for something for my health because I just thought that that's the way I was going to be, was just tired. Everyone was always saying how tired they were in the afternoons and that kind of thing. Unfortunately, I woke up tired and went to bed tired and could never seem to get enough rest. But I just thought that's just the way that it was going to be. But I was looking for a business that would bring me home. Those 3 jobs were taking my life away, and I had no free time. And especially with real estate, I would have to cancel vacations and trips that I had planned just because I would have clients that just happened to be in town. And I just didn't want to live that way anymore. And so I had been looking at home-based businesses, and I had actually gotten involved in 5 of them prior to Relive, and none of them had the business plan like we have with Relive. None of them had a product that was really making a difference in people's lives, and I am not a salesperson. I tried my best with those companies, and I would earn a few $100s here and there. I earned, I think, $800 was my highest income in one of those companies in a month. And so when Relive was brought to me, I understood the business, and I understood how it worked, and so I wanted to take a look at it. And the person that brought it to me was my sister, and I trusted her. She would be one of the first people that I would go to when I would introduce, or when I would get into another company. She was one of the first people I would go to, and she would always say no, because she'd say, find something that makes a difference in people's lives, and then maybe I'll do it. So Relive has just been something completely different than all those other companies. I jumped in with both feet at the highest profit level. We call that master affiliate level, and I got on the products at the same time, and I immediately got results with focus and concentration, and no more anemia. I haven't had strep throat since the day I started this product 23 years ago, and the business brought me home from all 3 of those jobs. Just carving out an hour a week is all I could do with my schedule. And so I would purposefully speak to 4 people in that hour. I would schedule one every 15 minutes, and I would have my sister on the phone with me, and she would explain what Relive was about. And a year and a half later, I was able to quit all those jobs and come home and then work Relive around my life. And 16 years ago, when I met and married my husband, we got married 3 months after we met, and he was a college basketball coach, and he wanted to join me in this business. So he retired from coaching and came home to join me. And so we've been home doing this ever since. The past 16 years, our daughter is 12 years old. She is our focus, really, and we have been volunteering in her classrooms and just different things all along the school seasons for her. And my husband is normally one of the only men that's there, because unfortunately a lot of fathers aren't even instrumental in their kids' lives. And so it's just been incredible for us. We are ambassadors, bronze ambassadors actually, with the company, which just means that we've built a business that the overrides have exceeded $4,000 a month. And we have earned 11 all-expense paid trips. Our highest month has been over $7,500 in income. And this enables us to be very instrumental in our community. So I'm going to share a little bit more about that as we go on through this training today. But I'm just hoping for you today that you can pull some nuggets out of this, maybe some things that that you can use in your daily life and build your business with this. So With Relive, first of all, I just want to say that as I'm sharing stories during the training today, it all depends on how much you work, and it all depends on how many people you speak to, and it all depends on the decisions that they make. And we don't guarantee certain amounts of income, and we don't guarantee, a cure-all in a can or anything with this nutrition. It's just your body is a miracle. It's not the product. And so working it means talking to people, and so it just depends on, your efforts also. So with Relive, how do you succeed? Well, we do have a circle of success. We're going to talk about that this morning, and it is all about talking to new people and teaching and training new people. And following the Relive system, it is such an incredible success system that we have with Relive, because it's about people helping people, sharing stories, and the daily activity that you have that you are going to put into your calendar. We used to say, if there's nothing on your calendar, there'll be nothing in your checkbook. So, it's about talking to people and setting up appointments. We're going to talk about that this morning. And then corporate support, they have provided so many training tools and slides, like these slides we're doing this morning, and phone calls, training calls, and webinars, and everything that's on Facebook and those kinds of things. So if you don't know how to get into those kinds of things, talk to the person who got you on the phone today, and they can share with you how to connect yourself. But you're going to always be fueling your business with the new people. And it's not about waiting till tomorrow or waiting till later. Take action now and make that phone call that you're a little bit nervous to make. Talk to the people that you haven't yet talked to, because if you don't, somebody will. That's what I always used to tell myself when I was nervous to talk to people is, you know what, if I don't do it, someone else probably will, or what if nobody does? And then, they could have their life changed by taking this step. The worst thing that someone could say is, no, it's not for me, and that's no big deal. You can just ask them, well, I'm looking for people. Who do you know that wants to make a change? So the first step that we're going to talk about this morning is identifying the people who you want to talk to. Make a list. Pull out a piece of paper as we're going through this training this morning, and if you're taking notes, write people's names next to it. I just did a lunch and learn the other day, and there were 16 of us that came to the lunch and learn. There were, out of that 16, there was 12 brand new people that had never heard of Relive before. And one of my guests came up afterwards, and she had questions that she had written down. And she had written it down on one of just the printouts that I had given her. And I noticed on the border of the page, she had written a bunch of different names next to like the different products and things like that. And so she didn't even know it, but she was already making a list. And of course, it's just something that comes naturally. If you're a person who has a heart to help people, then you're going to be thinking of people no matter what. Nobody has to tell you to do that because you want to help people. So 10 people, if you just go by tens, identify 10 people who need this product or could use this product. And they don't have to be sick. That's the great thing about Relive is, you can be someone who has just started a workout program, who is an athlete, who is continuing education in their workouts or in their events. And so, put those people down on your list. And then 10 business prospects. Actually, who do you know that if somebody called you and said, hey, I'm going to give you 11 tickets or 10 tickets on a cruise, who do you want to come with you? Who are those people that you would want to travel on a cruise ship with? Because those are people that you want to do life with, and those are great business prospects. So right next to their names, write why you thought of them. Do you have someone that you're thinking of for the product, and it's because you know that they are tired all the time and they are always telling you how they're completely exhausted and they want to change? Well, so write that next to their name. And then contact them. If you're nervous to be on the phone alone, then have the person who shared Relive with you on the phone with you. But I would either text those people or call those people, leave a message, and just say, hey, listen, I really want to talk to you about something, or you really need to hear about something. I thought of you today, or you're on my heart today. Call me. I need to tell you about something. And so they'll call you. They'll call you. And if they start saying, well, why? What is it? Just say, listen, I've thought of you because you're telling me how exhausted you are all the time. And I know of something that can help you. And so, or I thought of you because you said that you cannot stand your work. You can't stand being tied down to it. And I know of something that can give you the freedom. It's not a get-rich-quick thing, but I know that it can work. So let me show it to you, and show them the whole thing. Tell them stories or have someone share their story with them, but make sure that you're showing the whole story to people when you identify them. So when you, our daughter just started a volleyball team. And so when I'm sitting there in the stands, there's so many people that I'm meeting. So I'm not just saying, oh, let me have your name and number because I'm going to talk to you about something. I'm establishing relationships. And when things come up, I say, you know what, we need to get together because I've been working with a company that helps people with things like that. And they'll give me their name and number. Our neighbor just moved in April, and they noticed that we're home all the time. And he works from home, but he's tied to his computer all day. So he's looking out his window, he's seeing us outside, or he's seeing us coming and going, he's seeing us, grabbing our stuff, going to the beach in the middle of the week or the pool or whatever it is. And he said to my husband a few weeks ago, we need to sit down and really hear about what you guys do because that's true freedom. He said, I am tied to my computer with my job. And his wife travels 3 hours twice a week because she owns a salon that she's trying to sell, but she's a hairstylist. And so she travels twice a week, that long commute, so that she can work with her clients. And so, she's looking to help people, and they're looking for more freedom. And so you just never know what your lifestyle or what you're going to show to other people just by being, free in that way. But once you identify these people, connect with them. So look through your list and find the ones that you are afraid to talk to. That's where I would start, because there's a reason why you're afraid to talk to them. You must respect their opinion a lot, or maybe, you're nervous about what they're going to think about what you're doing. Well, if you're nervous about what someone's going to think, or if someone makes you nervous to talk to, then there's some level of respect that you have there for that person. And so I would get them first on the phone with people, or connect with them, some way, whether it's by text, have a cup of coffee, have lunch, sit down, share with them the excitement and why you thought of them. Because if you know these people and if you're nervous enough, to talk to them, then you must know some things about them. And so you can always use the company tools that we have to validate the reasons, why you've talked to them, and also just what Relive is. But when you're connecting, make sure you have the reality of Relive, because there are so many companies out there. And with the companies out there, you hear a lot of the same things, about products and about results and about business and about freedom and about a game changer and just, all these catch things that people are saying nowadays. It's just that I've always thought, there's the other companies and then there's Relive. Relive has been set apart from all the companies that I've been involved in and all the other companies that I hear coming down the pike these days. Relive is different. And so it's about really knowing first yourself, why Relive is different for you, why you are doing this, and being excited and passionate about it. And if you don't have that excitement and passion, then get the person who is your sponsor or even their sponsor, someone who does have that excitement and passion to share with you, or if you're a distance away, over the phone with you. But the goal is to set an appointment so that you can show these people exactly what Relive is. And if you're on the webinar, you're seeing that the slides are giving some examples of opening sentences, kind of like the things that I've said about why you're connecting with people. You know, there's one on here and it says, "Hi, John, at the soccer game, you mentioned that finances are tight. You need to hear about something that has helped me. When can we get together?" And, you know, it's really just about giving them that, that reason, you know, that passion, that purpose to come and hear about it. And I always tell people, listen, this is not a pressure thing. This is information because you have a need, and I know that this can help you with it if this is something that you choose to do, and I would help you to build your business. So, you know, let's talk about this. And so however you are going to connect, it's about your heart connecting with somebody else's heart. And so however you can connect with that person, is exactly, you know, what you need to do is connect with them in that way that's going to make a difference for them. Also, when you sit and you're doing the appointment with somebody, you know, the third step of this whole process is to share the Relive story. And it's not, a lot of people get involved in ingredients, you know, talking about the ingredients and talking about, just focused on the products and, you know, why the products work. And I'll tell you right now that when I shifted from trying to answer everybody's questions about the ingredients and everything else and, you know, looking like I was some nutritionist, I'm not a nutritionist. You're not a nutritionist. You're a messenger. And we have nutritionists. We have the scientists. We have, you know, all the background that's in Relive. So we trust that. I trust that. And so really what you want to be sharing with people is your story, your why, your belief, your heart, like I was talking about. What is Relive doing for you, or what do you want Relive to do for you? And ask them, what would they change in their life? If there are 3 things that you could change about your life right now, what would that be? If you ask that question to people, I can guarantee that at least 2 of those things will be about health or money. And guess what? With Relive, we have those answers. This is the answer to their health. And if people are struggling with money, then they can build a business that's the business income is going to pay for their own product, and it's also going to pay for them to work less or maybe quit one of the jobs that they have or have more time freedom. And so when you're sharing about Relive, share the whole entire story. There's been a lot of times when I've done calls with people and they have said, okay, I'm going to put you on the phone with somebody, but just share about the products because they don't want to hear anything about the business. Well, the thing is, if there weren't a business, none of us would know about this. And so if you're only sharing half of the story, you're making a decision for somebody else, and you're kind of holding them back. There are people who they only knew about the products, and when they found out about the business, they said, oh my gosh, I didn't know this was something that I could do. And so you're slighting somebody if you're not sharing. Now, I'm not saying that if you're sitting with someone who is really struggling with health issues and they're just really, you know, suffering, of course you're not going to say, okay, now I'm going to go into all the numbers and draw everything out. But tell them, listen, I know our first priority is your health. And when you get well, when you get stronger, I just want you to know there is a huge business opportunity with this. You know, with health problems come financial problems a majority of the time. And so people that are struggling with severe health issues a lot of times have severe financial problems also. And so what if this could be a way to help them to get out of medical debt? You know, what if this could be a way to help them to help other people? What if they could be home and enjoying their life after they're strong and earning an income around something that really works? And so you want to share both sides and then have information there. Either, you know, there's so many things that we have online. If you don't have the Relive app yet on your phone, look into that. Get that, because you can send videos from that. You can not only send information from that, but you can see who has watched the videos or looked at the things that you've sent and how much of it they have seen. So if someone has only watched 20% of a video, you'll know that. If someone has watched 100% of the video, you'll know that. And that's just really good to know so that you know how to follow up with them. And the presentation tools that are available, you can put these slides on your computer. You can be doing these trainings and opportunity meetings and things like that, webinars. The lunch and learn that we did the other day, we did share the whole entire Relive story, and it was from the opportunity slides that Relive has. And so we showed that and put just some information in there also about our new CBD line that we have now launched. And I'll tell you that if you're on this training and you're brand new and you don't know anything about the CBD line or anything like that, well, you need to look into it, because anytime Relive does anything, they go far above and beyond what any other company has done. So we're not just another Me Too company. These products are they're going to be the best on the market because of what Relive has done and how they've gone about creating these products. And so we have 3 products that we've launched, and a lot of the people that I have connected with before and talked to, if they didn't really have an interest in the Relive nutrition or in the business at that time, then I'm reconnecting with them and saying, hey, we just launched a CBD line. I don't know if you or anybody that you know of is already taking a CBD product or a hemp product, but we need to talk, because we have the full spectrum, and then we have the other that does not have the THC in them. And so people are coming back around. So when you're sharing the story, share the whole story, and also share the new things, also share the reasons why we're different. And I mean, our whole product line is different. That's what we were talking about at the Lunch and Learn the other day, is we did not have a Lunch and Learn about a specific product or line. We didn't have a Lunch and Learn just about the CBD product. We had a Lunch and Learn, and we had a display of all of our products there, because we've been helping people with things that the CBD oil is helping with. We've been helping with that for 30 years with our basic nutrition. It's just that we have other targeted solutions that other people might want to use as a starting point. So when you're connecting and sharing, just make sure that you're sharing the whole thing. And you're helping people to engage. You're helping them to think about who they know, like the girl I talked about that wrote a bunch of names in the margins of her paper. They're already thinking about people that they know. And when people become distributors, especially new distributors, then you as their sponsor need to go out with them or be on the phone with them to help to share, because so many people are all about telling you why something isn't going to work and why something isn't the best. And so they need to know how to combat that. And so you as their sponsor can help. And if you're on here as a new person, then again, have the person who sponsored you to help you until you have your wall of belief built. And be honest and don't exaggerate things. Just have people share their stories and show people information. People might not jump on board right away. It might take some time. I have people who they were listening to me literally weekly at networking events that I would go to, and it took about 6 years for one of my distributors to say, okay, I've tried everything else. Let me just at least see what you have. And so you just never know. Just give it time, and that giving it time and being patient with people will allow them to make the decision that they need to make. And in the meantime, ask them for referrals, because you can ask them for referrals and be helping people that they know, and then they would watch the people that they know get better, and they'll come back to you and say, okay, I'm ready to take a look at this. The 4th step is to ask for a decision. So many people will go about doing a training and or having a meeting and then just leave and not ask for a decision. Ask for a decision. So with this, what have you decided to do? Or what are you most interested in? How do I need to, if you need more information, what information do you need to make a decision? Do you need my help in placing your order? Those kinds of things. If you have products and the tools with you at all times, then they're going to see it right there and they can go home with it. Have the order forms that we have, and be ready for success. In the beginning of my business, I remember I had gone and I had done a home presentation for somebody, a new master affiliate, and she probably had about 12 people there in her house. And I was brand new, I was probably a couple of months old as a master affiliate. And so we went and we did this presentation and we showed the products and everything. And two of the people decided they're going to come in as a quick start. And back then, the volume was $750 for a quick start. It was enough for say 10 to 12 people to get started on the products. And another person decided to become a master affiliate. And so we went back into the back where she had her product, and we were pulling out a quick start. But when we first got back into the room where she had the product, we both looked at each other. We just went, yay! Like, we were just so excited, and we're like, I can't believe this. And it built so much excitement because people loved what they saw. But my distributor was ready for success. Like, she was ready. She had the products and everything else. So they were able to buy those products from her. And then the master affiliate was able to get a few of her products there to start with. And then her order came. And so she was able to complete it with her master affiliate order. It was just amazing. And that happens over and over and over. And it also happens in the opposite spectrum, where if you go and you don't have anything, you don't have a way to sponsor someone in, or you don't have products, or you don't have, then it kind of just delays things. So just be ready. And if someone's doing a quick start or becoming a master affiliate, you can do it right there on your phone or an iPad or the computer. It is so simple. You can even, place orders over the phone. You call Relive and you place orders over the phone. So there's so many different ways to do it and have immediate success. So you ask them where they want to get started, you listen to what they're doing, and then get them started and help them right away. So who can we talk to today? Just ask them, hey, who can we talk to today out of what you heard? Why did you think of them? And let's get them on the phone and share your excitement with them, because that's going to build up their excitement. Then they're not going about to these people by themselves and trying to do this by themselves. So you ask them, where do they want to get started as a customer or a distributor or a master affiliate, and do all those things that I was talking about. Make sure they understand the compensation plan and the different levels that they can come in. Right now, there are so many bonuses and so many things that are happening with Relive. We have a trip to Hawaii coming up, and it is not too late. Even if you're brand new on this phone, it is not too late to qualify. You have until the end of July to qualify for that trip, and the trip's going to be in October, the 24th to 28th. There's different levels of the trip, like 4 nights or 5 nights, and bonuses and all kinds of things like that. And so talk to somebody about that so that they can give you the details. But new people, share that with them too. And then there's cash bonuses. There's just all kinds of levels of bonuses with Relive, and they keep increasing, like a $7,500 bonus, a $10,000 bonus, and it's available to anybody that wants to work. So talk to them. Does somebody want to start this quickly? Then let's get them on the fast track, and then register them and take action. So you're going to help them with building their story bank, different people that are around that will help to share their stories. You need to have people hear stories as they're on these products, not to convince them of something or to talk them into doing more. It's to hear the reality of Relive. Remember, you're setting Relive apart in their mind and in their heart so that they know, gosh, this is different. This person's getting me on the phone with all these people who have results. I'm actually talking to people who have results instead of just seeing something about it or reading something about it. We can connect live people. And the thing about Relive is, you don't have to be financially connected to somebody in order for them to help you during your follow-up and to share stories. That's what I love about this. In all those other companies that I was in before, someone had to financially benefit from what I did in order to help me. Otherwise, nobody would help me. And with Relive, like even this, Quila and I are not connected financially. Even most of the ambassadors that do this training on Saturday are not connected financially. And everyone's helping everyone. I absolutely love that because all ships rise with the tide. And I think that speaks volumes when you have someone who does not financially benefit at all from sharing their story with one of your guests on the phone. That person needs to know that your friend that's sharing their story has taken time out of their day in order to help you, because this is real. This is real. So you're going to keep follow-up simple, share the stories. The first day, hey, did you take your shakes today? How did it go? And then the third day, are you consistent? And what are you doing? And are you taking it twice a day? And what do you like about it? What are you seeing? Keep it positive, and they'll bring up any questions that they have. And also, what I've seen with this follow-up process is when I have people on the phone with someone else who's sharing their story, my guest who is sharing their story will say, do you have any questions for me or anything? And then my guest will say, how are you doing on the products? And then my customer will be honest with my guest. Because it's funny what happens with that third person on the phone. My customer will open up to them, or my new distributor will share if they're frustrated, or they'll share what they like about this. And it's funny because so many times things come up that they didn't even share with me. So you're going to help your new distributors. Once someone sponsors in, you're going to help them to identify and do this whole thing that I'm doing with you this morning, identifying people, making a list, connecting, who are we going to talk to, sharing the stories. It just keeps going over and over and over with new people. And review with them the Relive system. I'll tell you, I've talked, if you're on the webinar, there's a slide right now. It has all the different tools and things. We are on everything. We're on Twitter and Facebook and YouTube videos. There's so many things that you can get the reality of Relive to people. But this system, it just keeps going around and around. Special events. This is a special event. This Saturday training is a special event. And then any Tuesday evening presentations that you guys have, opportunity meetings, in-home meetings, phone calls. We have Monday night product calls and training calls. We have Monday night webinars, and these things, most of them are recorded. And so you can send somebody a recorded thing so that they can watch it in their own time, and they can be sharing it. And we have an international conference coming up. It's in Chicago, and it is July 26th and 27th. And so get there. That's all I can say. Get to conference, because we've always said leaders go to conference, and bring people with you. You're going to see the heart of Relive. You're going to see the science behind the products. There's going to be somebody there that's going to be teaching us and training us about our new CBD line, the difference of it. So there's so many benefits to get there. Plus, you're meeting people from all over the world that you're going to get their names and their numbers, and they're going to help you to build your business. They're going to be there to share their stories with people. So you're connecting with people. Again, we have a lot of heart connections at conference, and so every conference is like a family reunion for me, and just the people that I'm seeing and reestablishing connections with. And so invite people. Again, it's not too late. Flights are very reasonable. Engage your team. Develop a library of stories. This is important for people to understand, that they have people that they can call and have them share their stories. So help people to, when you have someone share their story, have them share their name and their phone number, and so that the other people can get in touch with them. Stay engaged to what is going on in Relive, because there's so much now, especially there's a lot of stuff it's hard to keep up with, new announcements and all the things going on with social media and everything else. So stay engaged to what's going on in Relive, because it is big. And you're going to build relationships. In order to build a healthy organization, you need to build healthy relationships within your organization. Help people to get what they want in life out of Relive. I mean, this business for us has been so much more than an income, and so much more than being able to stay home. It's really just been able to allow us to be where we feel that God needs us to be, or wants us to be, and to just kind of work in His purpose that He has for us. And so over the past 5 years, we've done something called a Day of Hope, which is helping the homeless and the needy children in our community to get the school supplies that they need to start school, and haircuts and vision screening and dental screening and new shoes and things like that. And the message of the day is that they were created for a purpose and that God loves them. And the time that it has taken and the connections that I've had because of building my Relive business, the trust that people have in me, and just the places that Relive has brought me in my community, has opened the doors for this this event, this thing that we do, and helping these kids. I would never have the time freedom that I would need in order to do, create an event like that and everything. This, even though it's once a year, it's still a big event. And so it's, where is your passion? Where is your heart? Is there something going on in the world that you really have a hard time wrapping your mind around? You want to make a difference in that area? What are your talents? Where do you feel like your purpose is? And those are all things that you need time and energy and wellness in order to achieve those things. And so Relive can be your vehicle in order to make those things happen. So start thinking that way. Just start thinking, what is it? What do I want to build? What do I want to have? Because if you start doing that, then your team is going to start doing that. And you can start having them think about where they want to go and what they want to do. The key to Relive is duplicating. Just duplicate, duplicate, duplicate. Everything that we talked about this morning. Who is next? Asking people, who do you know? Who do you know that we can talk to? And if someone says no, ask them for referrals. Just say, you know what? I know that it's not time for you right now. The timing's not right for you right now. But who do you know who is looking for a change? Or who do you know who would be a great team member here? And call that person. So that is the end of our training time this morning, and I just want to welcome you all to Relive and wish you the best of days. Have a great day.
Thanks, Sheila. Good job.